Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, so just going through the discovery still. I'm just gonna read you a couple different things. So I don't know if you remember that HLN show or whatever where they were talking about the prints or whatever, and to me that was the first time I heard that, because I must have missed it in the discovery, because either I missed it or, well, no, I must have missed it. I must have either, yeah, I probably just overlooked this or something, because it is actually in the discovery. So, but I remember when I heard that, I'm like, oh my God, why wasn't it in the discovery? Why did they hold that back? But they didn't. It actually is, okay? So it's actually on page 1760. I just want to read it to you real quick. So on 10/11/18, I received a copy of CBI lab reports from reporting sections, latent prints and digital evidence analysis. The latent prints report dated 10/1/18 indicates 8 latent prints suitable for comparison were observed, and major case prints are required for comparison testing. It should be noted the major case prints were collected and submitted to the lab prior to receiving this report. So I provided a scanned copy of the report's placement into the digital case file and hard copy for the physical case file. Nothing further. Okay, so you can see we have at the lab report, victim, you got Shanann, Bella, Celeste, Chris. Okay, so we have, here's a, I'm going to list all this stuff. So we got the blue nitro glove, the black plastic bag, another black plastic bag, the rake head, the rake handle, partial rake handle, fingerprints from Shanann Watts, roll of black trash bags from work truck, CD containing 25 images of items 6 and 7, trace packet 1, debris from item 7, plastic bag, debris from item 7, paper evidence bag, debris from item 8, plastic bag, debris from item 8, paper evidence bag, and hair collected from inside of item 8. So, in item 8, so hair inside of the black plastic bag, okay? So, if you look, it says 8 latent prints, 7/1 through 7/8. Okay, so 8 latent prints suitable for comparison were observed or developed on item 7, so on the one of the black plastic bags. So no latent prints suitable for comparison were observed or developed on items 8, 10, 13, or 38. So nothing on the other plastic bag, nothing on the rake head, okay? No fingerprints on the partial rake handle, and no fingerprints on the roll of trash bags from the work truck. So somebody had gloves on, right? He had to have gloves on, because how? Okay, so the one plastic bag, yeah. But okay, so how did he get the plastic bags from that roll of trash bags without getting fingerprints on it if he didn't have gloves on? Because remember, he said he probably grabbed them from downstairs or whatever. I don't know. Well, I mean, why were there no fingerprints? Because he was probably wearing gloves. No fingerprints on the rake, none on the rake handle, the partial rake handle. What else? Yeah, and the roll of trash bag. So nothing on the rake head, nothing on the partial rake handle, nothing on the roll of trash bags, just on that one trash bag, okay? So, and item 11 was not suitable for latent prints analysis. So the rake handle wasn't suitable, okay? So, and then it says item 7.1, 7.2, 8.1, 8.2, and 8.3 were removed from items 7 and 8. So the debris and the hair were removed from the 2 plastic bags, okay, and retained in packet TRA1. And the packet TRA1 was not suitable for latent print analysis and will be forwarded for analysis in other disciplines. Okay, so the debris on 7 and 8 were removed. And the hair was removed, and they were put in the hair and the debris were removed from the 2 plastic bags, the 2 plastic trash bags, and they were put in a packet. And they're saying none of it was suitable for print analysis. Okay, so and then items 6 and 35. So the blue nitrile glove and the fingerprints from Shanann Watts will be analyzed at a future date. Okay. And the funny thing is, or I mean, I guess it's not funny, but I don't see any. Well, let me finish going through it for the third time, but I have not seen any results yet from what they find. It'll be analyzed at a future date. Okay, did they analyze it? What did they find? And then also the prints. I'll show you here where they're supposed to do this comparison, and then, but there's nothing else in the discovery on the results that they found. So you see latents 7-1 through 7-8 were entered into the state database, and a candidate list was generated for each. So the 8 prints that they got were entered in the state database, and a candidate list was generated for each. Based on these lists, no identifications were made. The latents were retained and will continue to be searched against new records entered in the database. So if an identification is made in the future, the submitting agency will be notified. So did they make a identification? I mean, because okay, see, they do take. Let me finish reading. Sorry. So the latent prints 701 to 708 were suitable for entry into the federal database, but were not entered in at this time due to the unknown anatomical origin of the friction ridge impressions. So I'm not sure. Oh. So, okay, it says that they were entered into the database. Oh, they're entered into the state database, but not the federal database for some reason. Okay. So, clear and complete major case prints to include palm prints, fingerprints, barefoot impressions of Christopher L. Watts and Shanann C. Watts, as well as any other party of interest, are required for comparisons to be completed. Item CD1 will be forwarded for further analysis. So they got Shanann's prints, they got Chris's. I mean, they actually have them in the discovery. You can see all the prints, and we've seen that video where they were getting them. So did they do the comparison? What's the results? There's no results here. So was it Shanann's? Was it Chris's? Did they not find a match? Should they bring in some other people's, and test them, because it said it was entered in the state database, just not the federal. So why can't they, bring in everybody that's a part of this case just to make sure? Unless if they did make a match on either Chris or Shanann, but I haven't found it in the discovery yet. So if any of you guys have seen the results in the discovery, comment below and let me know what page, because I haven't came across it yet. So also, I wanted to read you the follow-up at Primrose School of Erie at Vista Ridge, because I know in the past people have been asking actually about, I think even during some lives and just some comments about, like, who was the mysterious woman that called the school, and who all called, how many different people called that morning. So I wanted to read you the document on all the callers. Okay, so it's a follow-up at the Primrose School of Erie. So action taken 8/15/18, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation agent Matthew Saylor responded to Primrose School of Erie at Vista Ridge, located at you don't need to know the address, to conduct a follow-up. Primrose is the school of Bella Watts and Celeste Watts, who did not show up for the first day of school on 8/13. It was reported that their father, Chris Watts, called the school to advise they would not be attending. Upon arrival at approximately 12:20, I met with the owner, Chris Lang, and spoke with him in his office. Lang said that both Bella and Celeste had attended the school last year, and that their mother, Shanann Watts, had pulled them out for the summer because she was taking them to North Carolina for an extended trip. Lang said that both girls were scheduled to start at the school again when the new year started on 8/13. Lang said that between 8 and 8:15, Shanann Meyer received a phone call from the girls' father, Chris, stating that they would not be attending the school. Lang said that Chris then asked Meyer if the girls were at the school. Lang said that Meyer was freaked out by the phone call and later reported it to police. Lang then brought in Carrie Wood, the director of the school. Wood said Shanann's mother called between 8 and 8:30 to ask if the girls were in school. Wood said that Alba Orantes, the assistant director, then spoke with Shanann's mother midday. Wood asked Orantes what time was it that they spoke. And Orantes said that she called around 11:30 again. So she called between 8 and 8:30 and asked if the girls were in school. And then she called back around 11:30 again asking if the girls were dropped off. Remember, this is Sandy. This is Shanann's mom that called. Okay, so there's no really mysterious woman or anything. But anyway, Wood said that she then spoke with Shanann's mother around 1500 hours, which is 3 o'clock, again asking if the girls had been dropped off at the school. Wood advised her that they hadn't been, and the girls' grandmother told Wood that they were missing. I then spoke with Meyer by phone, speakerphone in the office. Meyer said that Chris called at about 8:15 on 8:13 and said that after he introduced himself, she told him that they were expecting to see the girls starting at the school, and he replied that he was calling to let them know the girls weren't going to start. He said he wasn't really sure what was going on yet, but that they were going to be moving and putting the house up for sale, and that they were not sure if they were going to stay in the area. Meyer responded with, "That's pretty crazy." Meyer said that Chris then asked, "The girls aren't there, are they?" Meyer said she told Chris no, she hadn't seen them, but to let her check and see if they were clocked in. And they were not clocked in. Chris said, "Okay," and to put them down as not coming in. And Meyer asked if he wanted to be placed on a waiting list in case something changes. Chris replied that they might as well, but they weren't sure what was going on. Meyer told him to keep them updated and that the teachers would be sad to not see the girls today. Chris thanked her and then I hung up. Meyer said that Shanann's mother, she couldn't remember her name, called about an hour after Chris called and spoke with Oriantis. Meyer said that Shanann's mother called back around 11:30 and spoke with her. Meyer said that Shanann's mother said that she was Shanann's mom and that everything was fine and not to tell anyone that she called. She said, "Don't tell anyone that I called. And excuse me for caring. Don't worry about anything." Meyer said that she told Shanann's mom that she was glad everything was okay and that she was glad they were able to talk to Shanann. And Shanann's mother was hurried and hung up. Meyer said Shanann's mother called back again and spoke with Wood around 1500 hours, which is 3. I asked Meyer about Shanann's mother stating, "Excuse me for caring," and Meyer said that she assumed that she had spoken with Chris, who became upset that she had called the school. I asked Meyer if they told Chris that Shanann's mother had called, and she said no. The only time anyone at the school talked to Chris that day was when he called in the morning. I asked Meyer about Chris's demeanor when he called, and she said he seemed normal, but she was surprised that the girls weren't coming back. Meyer said she suspected that they weren't really moving, and that was just an excuse. Meyer said it was strange because they had just spoken with Shanann recently, and everyone was excited about the girls coming back to the school. Meyer said it was strange to suddenly get a call from Chris stating the girls weren't coming back. Meyer said she didn't notice anything strange in Chris's demeanor, but thought that it was strange that he asked if the girls were there. I asked Meyer if Chris was the only one who typically called the school and dealt with the school issues, and she said no. Shanann did the majority of the pickups and drop-offs. Meyer said that Chris did come to school, but Shanann was a primary communicator. I asked Meyer who would normally call the school if the girls were sick or something similar, and she replied that Shanann normally would. Wood then told me about her conversation with Shanann's mom at around 3 o'clock and said that she asked if Shanann had ever dropped the girls off, and Wood told her no. Shanann's mother said they were missing. Lang said it was a surprise to find that the girls weren't going to be starting. He said that they had been attending the school since March of 2017. Lang said that the school has never had any problems with the girls, or Shanann, or Chris. Lang said that with the girls being gone for the summer, they haven't seen them recently to notice any recent changes. Lang said that Meyer thought the phone call from Chris was very strange and wanted to call the police right away. Lang said he told her to wait until they knew something, and as soon as they heard that Shanann and the girls were reported missing, they called the police. I left my business card with Lang and asked them to contact me if they had any additional information. End of report. So, that clears that up, because I know a lot of people were wondering because they thought, maybe MK was a mysterious woman, or was there more than one woman that called, or somebody, the accomplice was calling. But no, it was actually just Shanann's mom. It looks like she called 3 separate times. So that's what that was. So basically, you know, Chris called once, and then Shanann's mom called 3 times. Or was it 4? Hold on. She called at 8, around 8:30, then around 11:30, and then around 3. So yeah, looks like she called 3 times. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. And yeah, talk to you soon. Bye.